Hey guys, welcome back. It's the week of April 2nd. Let's see, we got all sorts of interesting things that have coming out this week. Let's see, you want to start or do you want me to start? I can talk about all sorts of stuff.
You can start.
Alright. I'm going to talk about a couple of like number ones and one shots and things that are coming out that look pretty interesting. One which is cool is they do these remakes of Edgar Allan Poe stories, right? Pretty neat art. Dark Horse does these. This one's called Premature Burial.
That looks pretty creepy.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's old school Edgar Allan Poe creepiness. So if you're a fan of those stories and you want to see them in a graphic novel form,
yeah,
there's a way to do it. Let's see, what else came out that was pretty neat. Garth Ennis' newest book from Avatar, Caliban. Let's see, so far this book, it looks like they're on, the main characters are all crew of a mining vessel, deep space mining vessel.
What is it with deep space mining vessels? They always go wrong, like Aliens, Dead Space. Like,
I don't know if there's a lot of other...
Not a good place to be.
Yeah. Well, what else are we going to do in deep space besides, you know, mine other things? Anyways, so they're often like a warp speed or whatever and have some sort of interesting merger with it, like an alien craft. Which is kind of cool. Like, if you ever want to watch some, like, Star Trek transporter type things go wrong, you'll see it in Caliban. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
People merging with things they shouldn't be.
And,
So it looks like... So, yeah, you know, space horror.
With Garth Ennis.
With Garth Ennis at the forefront of it.
Yeah, you know it's going to be brutal.
Now, speaking of brutal, yeah, this one was crazy. This is Image's The Field. Yeah. Written by Roy. Art by Brisson. And coloring by Simon Gao. Yeah. Oh, Simon Roy. Two Simons. Okay, so anyways, synopsis of this book. This poor guy, like, wakes up in this wheat field, is picked up by this, like, super violent, coke-toting, born-again Christian kind of guy. Yeah, it doesn't quite make sense. Yeah, not really sure where it's going to go, but it's definitely super crazy. It looks like he's also being chased by a motorcycle gang. So
he's just in an overall bad situation.
Yeah, it's a really bad situation. Yeah, he's getting these, like, phone calls, these text messages, I guess, telling him, like, you know, don't get in the car, run away as fast as you can, and he's just ignoring them. And finds himself in worse and worse spots. Let's see. I didn't read this one, so I can't really talk much about it, but I am glad that Aquaman and the others, Aquaman's getting some more love.
Yeah, the others were pretty interesting when they did show him in the Aquaman in his solo series. I mean, you know, they're not like on the epic level of Justice League, but they're definitely interesting characters with their own kind of flaws and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and it comes with a sneak peek of this book. Yeah, the new detective, Icarus, Part 1. Which...
The artwork's pretty good, like watercolor.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it looks like Bruce Wayne here is reflecting on some stuff that happened with Damian and whatnot. And something interesting. So, yeah, if you're looking for a good spot to jump on Detective Comics... New story arc coming out now.
No better time.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, everybody.
All right, so as I mentioned earlier, Deadpool versus Carnage, number 1. It's Deadpool, so you know it's going to be good and be full of jokes, and Carnage, so you know there's going to be a lot of crazed violence.
Yeah.
And at first, when I saw the cover, I thought, like, what? That doesn't look like Carnage, but it's the normal Carnage on the inside. This is just the art on the cover. So
I'm pretty sure with the last Carnage,
the Superior Carnage,
Carnage got back into Cletus Cassidy's body. So
yeah,
it's the normal Carnage back the way as we all remember Carnage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, you've got one form of crazed lunatic fighting another crazed lunatic, so it's like...
Yeah. Whew.
So, yeah. Alright, next one.
Speaking of crazed lunatics.
Yeah, The Punisher, number 4. I talked about this one before multiple times on this show, but it's just been a great run. Punisher's fighting Electro, and just taking down the cartels. The art is good, the writing is good. It's just nice to see a refreshing take on the Punisher instead of just being in a crowded New York City. He's kind of in the desert.
Yeah, this is one of those titles that Marvel has moved out to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine.
All right, and then the last one for me is Moon Knight #2. Yeah, that's been another good one. I mean, the first issue was pretty interesting with the take showing the facet of his personality where he's like the detective, not the caped crime fighter. But judging by the cover, it looks like they might be going back to that aspect. I mean, he's got so many different personalities, so that really just opens all these doors that they can take in the comic.
It really does. You know, he's a super interesting character.
Yeah, definitely. He's a deep character. I mean, with his problems like that, I think it could be challenging to write for him, but they've done a good job so far, for sure.
Yeah, you know, and I like how they're doing it in this book where the Moon Knight is drawn a little differently, so he really stands out in the art, which is fun.
Yeah.
Guys, it was a really cool week for trades. A lot of cool trade paperbacks coming out this week. I'll show you some, like the latest in the Justice League, Throne of Atlantis. This is the third one for New 52.
That was a big story.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Yeah, if you want even more Aquaman. This is cool. This is from Vertigo. This is called Hendra Kind. And if you're a fan of like the post-apocalyptic storylines, this kind of has it. Yeah. Let's see. We'll show you some art from this book, but yeah, it's like way past humankind's prime. And there are still humans on the planet, though, but you can see how, like, New York is completely overrun with vegetation and animals and things like that.
The decline of mankind, almost.
Yeah, like, that already happened, and they're, like, they're living in, like, villages and stuff. But what's interesting about this is, like, ogres and fairies and centaurs and, like, all these mythical creatures are, like, coming back now that humanity is essentially
that's
done
pretty
with.
cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's kind of neat. Let's see. This book is out now. This is very cool. Also from Vertigo. The graphic novelization of Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. Which if you haven't seen the films or read the book, it's really awesome story. Definitely not for kids. It involves murders and Nazis and
Sex.
Other very adult...
Hopefully not murder, sex with Nazis.
Actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And let's see. This has been a real fun series. This is all complete Buzzkill here. This is done by Donnie Cates and brought to us by Dark Horse. Really awesome take on the superhero genre. Basically, it's a world that has superheroes, but this is specifically about Buzzkill here, who's quit being a superhero because he gets all his powers from drugs, like even nicotine, alcohol. So, yeah, he fought these massive battles, completely blitzed out of his mind, is super powerful, but can't remember or really control himself because he's...
So he's like destroying himself
super
to fight
blitzed.
crime. Basically.
Yeah, and it, it's a real cool struggle between alcohol and, fighting crime and superpowers and himself. It's got some really fun characters in here.
That sounds really crappy. Like, you have to be addicted to, like, drugs and smoking just to, like, fight crime.
Yeah, to do your thing. Well, that's why he kind of decides to try and quit being a crime fighter because of it. But yeah, there's his sponsor, his superhero AA sponsor that shows up is a great character.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was a very fun
deep.
book.
All right, so I guess from me then.
Oh yeah.
Is
talk about that.
My one choice? It's Superman Red Sun, Mark Millar, and Dave Johnson. It's a really good what if scenario. What if Superman landed in Soviet Russia instead of America?
Yeah, instead of Kansas, he's just like down in Siberia or whatever.
Yeah, it's really good. It starts out with, him being the Soviet Superman, but I mean, from there it goes like skyrockets. It's a total reversal.
Oh yeah, and if you're a fan of Superman and you want something fresh, Red Sun.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really about, you know, more about him trying to create a utopia and just be like the perfect world more than the Soviet.
I can see how they got some of probably some influence from this book with what everything they did with Injustice. If anyone played that game,
absolutely,
that.
Yeah.
And of course, Mark Millar, the author, he did Kick-Ass, a bunch of other books. He's doing Starlight right now, which Starlight number 2 came out this week. That all went to subscriptions because it's awesome. So if you want it off the wall, we're gonna have to order you some more. Forgot to mention the Guardians of the Galaxy trade number 1.
Whoops.
Came out. Yeah. Well, I mentioned it in the other video, but not in this one. And yeah, I really like this new take on Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's good. It's good. And the addition of Iron Man is also good, but they do it without it being Iron Man and the Guardians. Like,
yes.
He doesn't take the main stage, which is nice.
They've actually, throughout the series, they were doing pretty good cameos with other Marvel superheroes. I like how Tony Stark is out in space, you know. Yeah. Essentially how it goes. You get a lot of fun interactions with him and Rocket Raccoon there.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon's always fun.
Yeah. Let's see, we got a couple other cool stuff here. Let's see if we got anything really awesome. I like this little onesie. Wolf Reader Walking Dead, zombie killing babies. Here's a fun Spidey shirt that came out. I like this a lot. I'm not saying I am Spider-Man. He's never seen us in the same place. Of course, Sloth there with his baby Ruth. Bunch of Game of Thrones things.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones starts this Sunday. So what better way to kick it off than come get some Game of Thrones?
I might pick these up though. These shooters with
if they're not in the store tomorrow.
Yeah, you know why. Yeah. They're really, I like the house symbols on them. And this is actually came out this week, which is an old story. But it's never really been done in this form before. This is Jim Henson's The Labyrinth. For anybody who cannot get enough Labyrinth and maybe don't want to look at David Bowie, but instead want to just read about it. I don't know. No, but
what's wrong with you if you don't want to look at David Bowie?
Something is wrong with you if you don't. Yeah. No, but it's an awesome story, and if you wanted a book form, there's now a book form of The Labyrinth that we carry, and also some cool original art in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that seems to be about everything I have to talk about this week. Oh, yeah, we got, for those of you in Fort Collins, we got the Captain America preview happening on Thursday, so that'll be awesome.
That will be sweet.
Yeah, I can't wait for Winter Soldier. That'll be so fun.
Yeah, we're going to have trivia and, I don't know, maybe a costume contest? If people show up in costumes, probably.
We'll see. Unfortunately, guys, it is sold out, so...
Yeah. So,
sorry.
Next time we have tickets, make sure and buy them ahead of time so you can join the festivities.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Well, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, you want to keep watching this stuff? Please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Give us your friendship on Facebook. We crave positive attention.
Yes, we love your likes. Yeah.
And quite thoroughly.
Yeah, and feel free to comment even if you got nothing nice to say. We'll still listen, I suppose.
Yeah.
We'll still listen. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
See you guys.